Mark Dixon, CEO of Wodonga TAFE, joins us again. How are you?
I'm very well again, thank you, Kevin.
That's great to hear. Now, what do we mean by industry customised training? I've heard you mention this a few times. What exactly is that?
Oh, well, I think the first thing to sort of note when we talk about customised training is that we've got to be flexible. It doesn't matter whether it's a large business or a small business. Gone are the days of us just dragging people back into TAFE, into a lockstep style of delivery in a classroom. We've actually got to understand that business, large or small. We've got to go and listen to their needs, and then we've got to actually tailor our training packages specifically to meet their needs through a range of different delivery options and flexible options. I could give you a good example, and that might be on a small scale, Beechwood Bakery. You know, we all know it's a fantastic bakery.
We're familiar with it, yeah.
They've got 6 of those all around the state now, and what's important for them is that all 6 of them have a really, really good customer service experience, and they want that to be standardised across all 6 stores. So the best way for us to deliver that for them is to go to each of those 6 sites and do our training on site with them. We do it for their front of house staff, we do it for their middle managers, we do it for their senior staff as well. So across the whole business, the culture and the theme of the learning is the same and it's consistent. That works really well for the bakery. That bakery is a real success story, but part of their success is a really strong learning culture and a culture where the staff want to be there, feel they've been well trained and have good retention as a result. So on a small scale, that's a really good example. At the same time, we've got to be able to adapt to the capacity and the needs of much bigger businesses as well.
Now, another phrase we hear is industry partnerships. What exactly does that mean for Wodonga TAFE?
Oh, it's a similar sort of theme. The partnerships is about being in it with the industry and being a local trusted provider. We need, our reputation is as important as the business's success. So what we need to do is, again, listen to their needs and adapt to their changing requirements from us all the time. Another good example might be our relationship with Army here on the border. We deliver a lot of training for Army out of the Gaza Ridge Barracks and the Latchford Barracks, and sometimes that's fairly straightforward, as you would expect. It might be teaching them to drive a truck, it might be teaching them to do a forklift licence, but some of their needs, as you would expect from the military, are quite unique. A good example would be the nursing and paramedic training that we do for the whole of the Defence Force from our site here in TAFE, but the Defence Force wanted that delivered within the barracks and integrated into their existing training curriculums. So that's not too hard for us. We simply took our TAFE staff and we embedded them into the barracks. We took our TAFE broadband system and we put that across the defence network, and we deliver all our training for them on site, and that meets their needs, and you know, that's a very feasible option for us as well. It works really well.
Now, you mentioned in there about training them with driving. Of course, you have DECA as well. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, DECA is a really good success story, and some people look at TAFE and probably think traditionally about what a TAFE might be, and I would contest that TAFEs are much more than just that traditional type of training. We own DECA, and that's the Driver Education Centre of Australia, and the key for the DECA business is for us to do something in the driver training industry that nobody else does. It's very easy to go and get a licence these days, and then the key factor for getting a licence will be time, short as possible, and cost, cheap as possible. We don't really want to play in that space. We want to step out of that space and focus on real quality training outcomes. So we've taken our DECA business, we've moved away from that license to drive work, and we entirely do what we would call sort of fee-for-service post-license skills. And I think that's really important in today's day and age. It's about how we make somebody a really good professional driver, somebody who is safe, somebody who's responsible, and there's lots of spin-offs for businesses if we can achieve that. We run some new courses with DECA called Pro Driver, and what we're seeing through those courses, quite short courses, is that people can save between 10 to 20% on fuel alone from the start of the course to the end of the course.
Yeah,
For a
wow.
business, you know, that's a great success story. But they won't just be saving the company money in terms of fuel, they'll actually be driving very safety consciously, they'll understand the supply chain of responsibility. and overall they'll add to that business's bottom line. More importantly, they'll be safe on our roads.
Well, Mark Dixon, CEO of Wodonga TAFE, thanks for joining us this morning. If we want to find out more about Wodonga TAFE, if some of that whets our appetite, probably a website that you'd have for us to go to?
They can certainly go to our website, and as I've mentioned before, Kevin, we have an active skills and job centre open at TAFE Space on the High Street. People are welcome to come and see us there. They're also welcome to give me a call or drop us an email. Whatever suits them, we'll come and have a chat to them.
Excellent. Mark, again from Wodonga TAFE, thank you.
Thanks again, Kevin. Bye.